Hello, my name is Matthew Baldwin. Today I'll be discussing the California wildfires and how 2018 was the most dangerous and destructive wildfire season yet. It had a total of 8,527 fires burning, which caused millions of acres to be destroyed in California. The fires have caused more than $3.5 billion in damage. There have been various causes because of the wildfires in California, such as arson, fireworks, campfires, and even cigarettes that weren't put out correctly. Even though these causes seem usual, the biggest focus that wildfires have been tied with is power lines that have not been kept up with or the use of faulty equipment. Pacific Gas and Electric filed for bankruptcy because of $7 billion tied with them and the campfires. PG&E are rumored to have faulty equipment, mostly regarding their power lines. PG&E must claim for bankruptcy to pay for some of their debts so that they can stay in business. PG&E ignored the risk of having anything to do with the fires in favor of profits. A tree line that PG&E was supposed to take care of struck fire, causing a disastrous wildfire in California. Instead of owning up to their use of faulty equipment, they decided to save themselves and their money instead by filing for bankruptcy. The legal case could write electricity bills for homeowners in California and generate hundreds of millions in lawyer fees for those who is affected by the fire. Bankruptcy was the only option for PG&E if they wanted to survive any chance of remaining open still. However, whoever is involved with PG&E business-wise is looking at a fortune because of the bankruptcy necessary for the company to stay afloat. For the first time after these fires, California called the National Guard for the first time to help protect communities in California from devastating and deadly wildfires. The cause of California calling the National Guard is pulling troops away from President Trump's border protection. California's safety team wrote on what you should do before a fire, during and after a wildfire occurs if you're living in the California area for fire-prone areas. They say you should create a defensible space from flammable vegetation to protect your home and your possessions. They suggest and imply that you should not cut trees around power lines if you think they're too long. You can cause a deadly fire. You should get a professional from the company who is generating that power line to come out and handle that. During the actual fire, the first thing you should do is evacuate the area, is what the California Safety wrote. They write that you should worry about your possessions later and leave with your family or loved ones immediately to escape. After the fire, you should check with fire officials before attempting to return to your home. They suggest that you use caution trying to enter your home again, and most importantly, check with your insurance to see what could be covered. If you live in an area of high wildfire potential, you should consider creating a fire-resistant home. They could be cheaper than building a regular home. A man who has been so fed up with California wildfires said that he actually built a fire-resistant home in Northern California. He didn't only just share his personal story with his experience and struggles with the California wildfires, but also provided an extensive and detailed video to how to build your own fire-resistant home if you live in a high-populated wildfire area. Although evacuating is supposed to be the first thing you do, and should have been the easiest thing to do once a wildfire occurs in your area, it has been an issue that the most populated areas in California do not have evacuation routes. California got a deadly wake-up call when more than 27,000 Paradise residents tried to escape a wildfire but got caught in a traffic jam in 2018. Paradise has too few escape lanes for way too many people and vehicles. About 350,000 Californians live in areas that have the highest wildfire risk designation, and either the same number or fewer exit routes per person. As you can see, this is a huge issue. From actual mountains in California, lakes, and forests of Northern California, to even the suburbs of San Diego, some residents in the most fire-prone areas have far fewer evacuation routes than a vast majority of the state. After these deadly wildfires occurred, Governor Gavin Newsom of California plans on spending millions of dollars to prevent, battle, and help citizens of California after deadly wildfires take place. Newsom claims to start spending millions on the communication between fire officials and to let the news out quicker so that people can evacuate in a proper manner. Governor Newsom says that the issue with traffic jams after the wildfire is because of citizens not listening to when to actually evacuate. He says that when a wildfire occurs, you shouldn't worry about what's in your home. You should leave immediately. The fire officials advise people to leave at certain times so that these traffic jams can't come about, but citizens try to grab the most as they can before they leave instead of leaving at the actual time. Newsom wants to start spending the money as soon as possible so that he can communicate between the fire department and towns affected by the fire. Newsom seems to be taking a direct approach to the public and making his message clear and thorough after the state's worst fire season yet in 2018. Thank you.